Hi all. This weekend I got a chance to go to the town's recycle yard where people bring their old electronics to go be properly disposed of. And this caught my eye underneath an old computer and a wrecked microwave. It's a Marantz model 2015 stereophonic receiver. It's an AM/FM radio and amplifier all in one. It's small, but quite dense for how big it is. This nice dial for the tuning. And a good sign that it might be working is that the cord and the plug had this little adjustable and removable cable tie holding them in a nice coil. So as if it was all packed up, ready for somebody else to use instead of going off to be scrapped. So I rescued it. I haven't turned it on yet. I'm gonna be quite gentle with it, bring it up slowly on the variac, just in case something's wrong that I can't see. But first I'm gonna take the top cover off and give it a visual inspection. Cover off, looking at it from above. First thing I notice, there is hardly any dust at all in this unit. Considering what I think is a date code over here says it was made in 1973, considering it's been around this long, this thing has just the tiniest layer of dust. You can barely see it on my finger there. And if any of you have seen the Kenwood amplifier cleanup video quite a while ago, then that Kenwood had dust all over it. It was caked. And that had been around maybe a couple years longer than this thing. So this has either been not used much, kept in a really clean environment, or the previous owner had taken very good care of it and kept it clean. Visual inspection of all the parts doesn't seem to reveal any signs of distress or damage. From the power supply here, transformer, rectifier, filter cap, then preamp, driver board, and power amp. Then over here, there's the AM/FM tuner board. Amp is now on the variac, and both seem happy to pull 0.17 amps from the mains between them. The dial is illuminated, as is the pointer. You can see it moving across as I turn the tuning dial. There's a meter of some sort over here that is not lit up, and this end of the tuning dial appears to be dark, so probably some failed lamps in there. I can address those. And other than that, the amp is not showing any signs of distress. So I'm gonna take the variac out of the equation, run it directly from the main and see what it does. Okay, got these two little 5-watt 16-ohm dummy test speakers that I used when playing around with the old Casio boombox, and I found some interesting things that happen when a signal is applied to this unit. The volume's maxed out. The input level is maxed out. It's barely audible. This is, I believe, a 15 watt per channel amp, which means even at 16 ohms per speaker, by now at maximum volume, maximum input, it should be blowing these speakers apart and rattling them clean off the table. It's barely driving them at all. So, I think that is the reason why the previous owner decided to put this thing away, was that it simply wasn't, well, it wasn't really making much noise anymore. Controls are a bit scratchy, but that cleaned right up, though can't really tell. The tone controls appear to work. I couldn't hear the bass, but I could feel it increase just by putting a lower frequency in and changing the bass control. But yeah, somehow whatever's going on, the signal is not getting from when it's put in to where it comes out through the speakers. I'll be looking into this tonight and probably the next few days, seeing if I can fix it, troubleshoot it, whatever, though I might not have time to get it working before I go off to college, which means it will be stored for getting fixed up again at another time. I think that's all. Thanks for watching.